Good morning, it's Elizabeth at the Big South Fork, and I'm here with Joel.
Hi, how you doing?
And we are about to do a 3-day backpacking trip. So I will do my best to document this as we go. So you can see we are ready and we're about to start hiking. Here we are at our lunch spot, which is actually right across from our tonight camping spot. I don't know if you can see that or not. And the big rock out there. That's where we're going to be camping tonight. So we just had lunch at this beautiful overlook. And now we're heading through a big switchback section, which is going to have the last water source for a little while. So we're going to stock up on water there. So more later. Came along the trail and there's this little grave marker for little Archie Smith, who died when he was 6 months old, and people leave him little toys, which is so sweet. I don't believe he can actually make much use of them, but it's a lovely thought all the same. So you go, Archie. Now we're at that rock that we saw from our lunch spot. We're not to our campsite yet, but we're getting there. Over there is our lunch spot. There's Joel. Say hi, Joel.
Hi, how you guys doing out there in TV land?
We're going to go down and get water from that river in a bit. Here's our campsite, and we're kind of in the middle of a big windstorm, but hopefully it's not going to... The weather didn't say anything about a real storm tonight, so we're hoping this is going to dissipate. And Joel is filtering water before we go down to get more water. This is our current bear hang situation. It's hung PCT style by me, which means it's not as high as it could be. So Joel was trying to throw his rock bag higher, and if you can see his rock bag up there in the crotch of the tree, yeah, we can't get it down now. So he's trying to throw a rock attached to the other end of it up over the branch so he can work the rock bag out of the crotch. Because right now the rock bag is kind of, you know, dead. So we're going to see if he can do it. You just have to throw it just very lightly, you know, just so it barely goes over. And that might do it. But the problem is there's also the risk it's going to end up caught somewhere on all of these branches.
We'll find out.
I don't know. There is not a plethora of good bear bag hanging trees in this area at all. So it's been a bit of a challenge. I'll let you know how it goes. Okay, we've come up on a whole new way that we're going to try to get this down. Joel has climbed the tree and is trying to hook the carabiner so that we can, yay, almost. Okay, perfect. Don't pull it any further because this is tied off down here. I think we did it. Yay! Good morning. It's day 2 and we are heading off on our longer day now. It was very, very cold this morning, which is why I didn't video much in camp. I was warm enough overnight. My hands and feet stayed warm, but once I got up and had to get out of the sleeping bag, it was pretty cold. It was in the 30s and yeah, pretty cold. So had some yummy warm oatmeal with all sorts of good stuff in it. And that warmed me up some, and we're all packed up and heading out. We are going north on the John Muir Trail now towards Laurel Creek, something or other, where we'll spend night 2. So I will update later when there's some news. are kicking butt time-wise, and we are stopped for a little pack-off break at these amazing things, rock formations. There's a lot of big arches at this park. We haven't seen any of those, but there's bunches of these little arches, which I guess are formed the same way. Water, of course. Hi, Joel.
Hello.
Joel didn't even take his pack off.
There we go.
Alrighty, well, we should be at our campsite semi-soon. Not quite clear when that is, but semi-soon. We've gone about 12.5 miles today so far. So, we took a wrong turn. By the time we figured it out, we really didn't want to backtrack. So instead, we are taking this fire road / horse trail, which will get us to the same place, we hope. That's the plan. And, yeah, it's not the best marked trail in the world, I have to say. You get used to not seeing blazes for ages and ages, so you don't think anything when you don't see them. And then suddenly it's like, huh, where are we? But thanks to paper map, Gaia, and a compass, we're back on track, I think. We hope. Here's the inside of my big Agnes tent. It's a 2-person, which means it's really big enough for 1 person in gear. You put 2 people in here, you can't get any gear in. But it's very lightweight, and so far it has been a good tent. We have fire, and I am warming my Crocs by the fire and having a good-to-go Mexican quinoa bowl meal, which I already ate another one. All right, so that's my second one, my second good-to-go meal today. Yeah, a little bit hungry, just a little bit. It's much better now that the fire's going. I was pretty cold. Now I've got hand warmers and a fire, and I am good. Say hi, Joel.
Hello.
Joel is all wrapped up too. So here I am in front of the fire, which is lovely and warm, and Joel is off hanging his bear bag and burying his dinner because he didn't like it, so he has to take it very, 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 very far away because taking that risk. And we're just sitting around in front of the fire trying to stay warm. I'm really glad we came at this time of year because it sort of addressed my big concern, which is trying to keep my hands and feet from freezing, which is something I do have to really worry about. And I wasn't sure how I'd do, and I'm doing okay. So that's good. I mean, it helps a lot having the fire. The hand warmers are absolutely essential first thing in the morning. Once I get hiking and really moving, I'm okay, but I can't be moving all the time. So, you know, I have to have a way to deal with that. So, but it seems I feel pretty comfortable about it. I mean, I think it's going down to 37. Too much lower than this, and I think I'd probably be in trouble. I don't know that I'd be all right. You know, Joel's hiking along with no gloves at all, and I've got wool liners, wool mittens, and hand warmers. So, I mean, that shows you the difference. It's too bad because this is the weather I love. I don't like hot weather. I like cold weather, and it's really kind of, I don't know. It's unfair that this happened to me because I want to be out in the cold weather, and I hate hot weather. So, you know, it's too bad. But, yeah, I feel like we're doing pretty good. I got a really good hang on my bear bag tonight, and feel comfortable about that. And tomorrow we have a short day. It'll probably only be about 6 miles back to the trailhead, which is good. You know, the pack is heavy. The pack's heavy, and I can walk forever and ever and ever. I come from a long line of sturdy-legged, fast-walking women, and I'm comfortable walking forever. You know, this just true that after 14 miles, a 30-pound pack
is heavy. I wish I could get the weight down some, and I'm continuing to try to, but I don't want to give up things like my chair and my Kindle. I really don't. So I'm sort of warring with those things, but all in all, this has been a really good trip and continues to be one. And I'll touch base again in the morning when we leave camp. Okay, bye.
Good morning. It is day 3, and we took our time this morning because we don't have very many miles to go today. It's really cold when we got up, and we started another fire, and just kind of took our time. But now that we're hiking, we're warm, taking clothes off right and left, and it's a beautiful sunny day, so it should warm up a little bit. I think we only have 5.5 or 6 miles at most to go today, and after that we're going to go get pizza. So I'll touch base when we get back to the car.
Yeah, it'll wake you up, won't it? Oh, that's why the water tastes so good. You made it. All right.
Hi, I'm home now. I didn't film a lot the last day of our trip because although it was only 6 miles, it ended up being quite a lot of energy expended. A lot of it was uphill. We also had 3 creek crossings. The one on video is the first one. I was pretty nervous about my feet, but they did just fine. It's very time consuming. You gotta take the pack off, take your shoes and socks off, put your water shoes on, put the pack back on, cross, take the pack off, take the Crocs or water shoes off, put your socks back on, put your shoes back on, put the pack back on, walk 3/4 of a mile, and do the whole thing all over again. So it took a while. We were out there for a while for 6 miles for sure. But it was a great trip. We had a really good time, and I think it was good training for our upcoming trip to the Foothills Trail, which is 80 miles, 77 to 80 miles, depending on what sort of little side trips you take, in South Carolina, and we're planning on doing that in May. So thanks for watching my video, and I'll see you next time.